Hey guys, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 11. So I am using my brother's old camcorder and it has a viewfinder so I can see myself. So if I'm looking off to the side, it's because I'm looking at myself and I am not used to it. So bear with me while I figure this out. I hope that the quality is a lot better than my old camera, and yeah. So today's video is really exciting. It's going to be my top 5 unexpected favorite books. So, you know, there's those books that you just read and you have no expectations of them and you read them and then you discover that they're your favorite book. Well, I have 5 books to talk about today that I did not expect to fall so in love with, and I did. So let's just get right into this video. First one is The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. I picked up in the bookstore one day. I was shopping with one of my friends and I just saw it there and I had heard a lot about it, so I picked it up and I read the first line, and the first line just hooked me, and that's what made me buy it. I didn't even really know what it was about. I just read that first line of the first chapter and was like, I need this book in my life. And so I bought it and I fell in love with it, and it was so unexpected. Like, from that first line, I did not expect to fall in love with it the way that I did. Then the next book is The Storied Life of A.J. Thickery by Gabrielle Zevin. So this book I did read last year, I think, and I really enjoyed it. So basically, I found this book at the thrift store and I honestly saw it and I was like, I think I've heard something about this book. It seemed really familiar, and so I read the synopsis and I was like, ooh, it's about a bookstore. This seems interesting. And so I picked it up on a whim. My beautiful grandma bought it for me. Thank you. And I read almost instantly and it was phenomenal. Like, I wasn't not expecting at all to fall in love with this book. It's just like a random book that I picked up and it was so good. This book has such a beautiful meaning in it and it was so beautiful. The next book on the list is How to Love by Katie Cotugno. So I found this book at Chapters when I went to the mall with one of my friends. We were waiting to go see Everything, but we had missed the showing that we went there for, and so we had to wait for the next one, and so we were killing time in Chapters, as we all do always. And I found this book in the bargain section for $6, and I was like, I think I might have heard of this book. I wasn't too sure. When I picked this up from the bookstore, we sat down for like an hour and just read, and I got like almost halfway through the book and I was just so into it. And like, I wasn't planning on buying it. I was just planning on like wasting some time in the bookstore and just reading some of it. And then I got almost halfway through and I was like, well, I guess I have to buy it now. I'm a little too invested not to. So I really enjoyed it. It was phenomenal. The next book on the list is Dumplin by Julie Murphy. But this book I was not planning on reading at all. I think it came out in 2015. I wasn't planning on reading it for some reason. I find recently with a lot of hyped up books, I'm not really into reading them. I just want to try and find my own books, which I have to be honest has led me to feel a little bit left out of the booktube community. So I gotta get back into those popular books that are being spread around the booktube. So Hales in Bookland, Haley, on Twitter tweeted a link to Chapters that was having a sale, and so they're having 40% off select like bestsellers or something, and this was on that list amongst some other books that I picked up. And I read it, I was like, okay, it's 40% off. I've heard about it. Let me just read the description. And it sounded kind of interesting. And I was like, you know what? Take the chance, Brittany. Just buy it. So I did. And let me tell you, I read it almost instantaneously and I fell in love with it. It's so good. I feel like I've talked about this book so much on my channel that I really don't have to say a lot more. I definitely was not expecting to love this book as much as I did, but let me tell you, I love this book. If me talking about it a million times on my channel hasn't proved it to you enough, I don't know what else will, but it's amazing. And finally, number 5 on this list is Alex Approximately by Jen Bennett. So this book I literally picked up on a whim. I was at Target one day when I was out with my mom. I've seen this one a couple times before this trip, and I was like, I'm kind of intrigued by it. It seemed like a really cute, kind of cliche contemporary, but I have to admit sometimes I'm into that thing. So I saw it, I read the back, I read a little bit of the inside, and I was like, this seems kind of interesting, so I bought it and I finished it that day. I finished it by the end of that day and it was so good. It was super fun, super cute. I ship the main characters so badly. It was just really enjoyable, and I definitely was not expecting to feel so many emotions toward this book and feel so like happy about it and feel so in love with it. I definitely just wasn't expecting that. I thought that it would just be like, yeah, that was good, that, you know, kept me occupied for the whole day, but no, I actually really enjoyed it. So that was my list of top 5 unexpected favorite books. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. Give it a huge thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Comment down below a book that you fell in love with unexpectedly, because I'd really like to know, because I'm sure that everyone has a book that they weren't expecting to love as much as they did. So definitely let me know down below in the comments. And subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! So the episode of Unrequited by Becky Apple